Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hope you are well. So according to Dillian Whyte's Instagram, there is a chance that he will return to the ring on the 7th of December. This is what he put on Instagram. The Mohawk is back, baby. Let's go get the milk next fight. Hashtag December 7th, the number one, baby. That is from Dillian Whyte on Instagram. So Dillian is hinting he returns on December 7th on the Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz 2 undercard in Saudi Arabia. First and foremost, we are less than a month away from the card, so even if Dillian Whyte does come back, obviously don't expect him to fight somebody of any real consequence. I saw some rumours online about Charles Martin being the opponent. I can't see Dillian Whyte fighting Charles Martin on 3 weeks' notice. Not that Charles Martin is a great heavyweight, he's not, but I expect it to be a lower level opponent than Charles Martin. You know, a 10-rounder against a guy who could maybe go a few rounds but really fall over at the end of it. Kind of a stay busy fight or a tune-up fight after his absence from the ring due to PED issues. So even if Dillian Whyte does make his return on December 7th, I really can't see him fighting anybody of any consequence, not even somebody at Charles Martin level. So I don't think we should really get excited, for Dillian Whyte to be in a good fight. It's not going to happen. I would be shocked if Dillian Whyte fought somebody credible on this short notice, considering where he's ranked in the WBC. But, this whole story, I've got to say, from a press relations perspective, I'm not sure this is good for Dillian Whyte. Of course, he's a fighter. He needs to stay active. But can Matchroom and Eddie Hearn really let this guy fight without clearing up the PED issue to the public? A lot of people are still demanding the B sample. They are still demanding answers in regards to the inquiry. And we've basically heard nothing since July when this story first broke. If he were to fight on December 7th, I think a lot of people would be asking questions. And I'm not really sure that's good for the career of Dillian Whyte. I believe it would be beneficial if we had clarity in regards to the PED issue. Certain questions need to be answered, in my opinion, before we see Dillian Whyte in the ring again. Is Dillian Whyte banned from any jurisdiction? Can he still fight in the UK? Where are we at with the inquiry? What's going on? I do believe questions need to be answered before we see the return of Dillian Whyte, because there's this whole cloud hanging over his head that's been over his head since July, and nothing has come out in public in regards to what's going on. So for him to fight, I don't really believe that's a good look for him, and quite frankly, it's not a good look for boxing. So I really do believe we need some answers before we see Dillian Whyte back in the ring, just for clarity and, just for PR purposes for the sport of boxing, But I'm sure we're going to be waiting a lot longer before we hear about a resolution to this Dillian Whyte case. That's if we find out one at all, We all know how UKAD are in the UK. They are an absolute joke, as we saw with the Tyson Fury debacle. They're an absolute joke, to be quite frank. So maybe there's the possibility that we never find out about the inquiry from this Dillian Whyte case. Maybe Dillian Whyte is serving a silent ban in a certain jurisdiction, or maybe he served a silent ban and we may never know. I've actually seen quite a few people online speculate that Dillian Whyte is serving the silent ban, but who knows? People are just really putting two and two together and coming up with five. But ultimately that is that's what's going to happen when we get a case like this where we get no answers. People will actually cast aspersions and make their own mind up, and that's why it's bad for Dillian Whyte from a PR perspective. If they could, categorically prove this guy didn't cheat, then why not clear his name? Why not go public? But they've not done that. And it's months later. So, listen, there's more to this case than meets the eye, and for him to be fighting on December the 7th, I don't really believe it's a good look for him or boxing. But if he returns, like I said, I don't really expect him to fight anybody of any real consequence. I'd expect sort of lower level guys. But hopefully we are proved wrong. If the guy does come back, hopefully he fights someone decent. I just can't see it. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about this story? Who would you like to see Dillian Whyte fight? Do you believe he's innocent? Do you believe he's guilty? Share your thoughts below. Peace.